It's time for another episode of Local Roots. I'm Todd Studer, and we've been telling you that very soon Local Roots is going to be rebranded as Potawatomi County Roots, because starting very, very soon, we are going to be bringing you a brand new show called Mills County Roots. And of course, it's going to be covering everything going on in Mills County, and it's going to be hosted by Carlene Hall. And she's a Malvern resident, so she's right in the heart of Mills County, and she is looking forward to getting some of these shows out here on the web for you. And I'm looking forward to seeing just what she's come up with. I know that she's been out talking with a lot of people, interviewing people, and I'm excited to get that show started. Today, we are going to welcome back into the studio Marty Moore from Ready Responders 130, learn a little bit more about the process that he uses when he is teaching people CPR and how to save lives, and also some of the more aha moments that he sees in some of these classes. So Marty Moore is our guest today on Local Roots. Here on Local Roots, we explore the places that make our region home and the people who keep them connected. And that is why we are proud to feature Marnie Elkhorn Communications, your local communications provider, serving Marnie, Elkhorn, Walnut, Avoca, and other Southwest Iowa towns with high-speed fiber internet, reliable phone service, and TV options that are built for rural living. With real local support and unlimited data plans, you can get speeds up to 1 gig to work, stream, and stay in touch with family and neighbors. Visit metc.net to learn more and get connected today. Families and cemeteries across the region turn to Solid Ground Monument Company for skilled restoration that protects every story that's etched in stone. And they're now scheduling springtime services. The company provides monument repair, gentle cleaning, full reconstruction, and complete cemetery restoration. And for families who need a new memorial, Solid Ground Monument Company comes to you in your time of need to design a tribute that truly honors your loved one. This is Southwest Iowa's trusted cemetery restoration and monument service. Solid Ground Monument Company, preserving legacies with care and craftsmanship. And also for a salon that feels like home, it's Heather's Hair Hut in Underwood, Iowa. With over 30 years of experience, Heather delivers expert haircuts for men, women, and children, as well as coloring, styling, and waxing services. This family-friendly salon is open 6 days a week with convenient evening hours, all in town, with a beautiful country view. So whether you need a quick trim or a fresh new look, Heather's Hair Hut is the place to be. Heather's Hair Hut in Underwood, where experience meets comfort. Goes, all right, yeah, okay, we're live.
Maybe you need to.
This is Marty Moore, Ready Responders 130. He's the guy you want to get a hold of if you want to teach your business, your organization, CPR, life-saving skills. And, well, let's be honest, why wouldn't you want to learn that?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I am to the point now, and I've thought about this for a long time. I firmly believe that CPR, if you get a job anywhere, I don't care where you get hired. When you get a job, you got to fill out the paperwork, and I firmly believe you need to go in and get CPR trained before you get hired and before you start working. It is a simple task, but it is vital knowledge that I think everybody should know. So I would love to be the forward part of maybe someday CPR will end up being something that you get taught whenever you get hired.
You bring up a really good point. Now, I know that there were certain classes back when I was in school. I mean, we had, I think it was in elementary school the first time Resuscitation Annie came through.
Yeah, she's a classic Laerdal mannequin.
Yeah, and then I remember in health class when I was, might have been a senior in high school, that it was just like a day or two.
Yeah.
But to me, that type of knowledge should be even more mainstream than what it is. Because if we're all walking around with the knowledge and the skills to be able to give someone an opportunity to get through a crisis, and you've talked about it before, that this isn't it's not as if there's a guarantee.
Yeah.
But it gives people a better chance.
Oh, AHA, American Heart Association, sorry, that's all I say now is AHA. AHA says themselves, any CPR is better than no CPR. And I have thought that for 30 years. Anything is better than nothing. That's it.
Right.
It boils down to that.
Well, and plus, when you have this kind of knowledge, and you work a lot with businesses and organizations, but let's say that I'm out on a hike with a friend And you have taught me this, thinking that, okay, this can be very valuable in a place of business where we have people coming in and out, but I carry that knowledge with me
Yes,
everywhere I
that's
go. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Every class, I start every class with anywhere, anytime. You don't know when, I don't know when. It happens. 350,000 Americans every year suffer cardiac arrest. That's it. 350,000. You don't know who it's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be.
Mhm.
You're going to be very mad when it's your friend or family and nobody does anything.
I would think that oftentimes what you're teaching is, I don't know if I like the word stopgap, but it's just something to give EMTs or
Yes, that is
emergency personnel a
exactly
chance to get
what we
there.
do. Is when you start CPR, is you are, um, what do I tell them? You are, I can't think of the word I use now, but you are stopgapping death until it formally is declared and happens. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Death is no pulse, no breathing. And you're working on somebody that has no pulse and no breathing. You are their pulse. So you are doing what you can do to just keep them quote unquote alive until we show up in EMS, do our magic, do what we got to do, get them to the hospital. Hopefully they recover. But if you don't do that, there's no recovery. There isn't. I got tons of information in my class. For every minute CPR is not provided, 10% of the heart dies. Pretty simple math. 10 times 10
Mhm.
is 100%.
Right.
10 minutes. 10 minutes is not a long time. It is not a super long time. But if you can get there fast enough and start on that chest fast enough, you can hopefully save a life.
You are retired firefighter.
Yes.
So obviously this is something that you have seen and been exposed
Thousands.
to just, countless times. How early in your career did you start to think that we need to get more people with this kind of knowledge? Because by the time that you've gotten there, had someone already been there with the knowledge,
Yeah.
could have been a different outcome.
Back in 94 at Creighton, when I took my EMT class, is really when it started to sink in that people can make a difference. If you can jump in and start to do something, you can make a difference. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's not difficult. I just want to give you the knowledge and a bunch of extra knowledge to know what to do when it happens so that you can help save a life. It's that simple.
So when you go in and start working with a business or organization and you have a class, if
Mhm.
you will, of folks that are there, how often do you get the, oh, I see? I mean, you have to see that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get a ton of that in my class, and we'll just dive into it right now.
Okay.
My biggest aha moment is, and for those of you that are watching this, this needs to be on the 10 o'clock news every night so people know this. All public AEDs are for you to use anywhere, anytime. I'm 50 years old, so I remember when AEDs came out, and that
Mhm.
was huge. But they haven't said that in years. So
And
every
these are life-saving devices
yes,
that
an
are, you
automatic
see.
external defibrillator
Right.
will defibrillate or shock the heart, and that is how you bring someone back. Is through the defibrillation.
Okay.
I could, if you want me to, I can bore you with the science on what we do if you want me to. And
Well, I don't know if we need to be bored by it, but I do find it kind of fascinating.
okay.
Because here's the thing. My grandfather had a defibrillator
Yes.
when he was still in his 60s, and
Okay.
this goes back to the might have been the mid 80s, late 80s, that when he got it through the VA hospital. That one, I don't know that technology had advanced then
No,
as
it
far as
hasn't
it has
much.
not, because he told me the story that one time when it hit him, he was in the back of an ambulance, and the EMT that was working on him got thrown up against the side of because the shock went from him
Yeah,
to the
and
EMT. Now that's an old one.
Yeah, that's the old
Right.
school. All current defibrillators are safe.
Right.
We talk about that too. There are video after video after video online of doctors, medics putting their hand on a chest,
Mhm.
hitting the button, nothing happens.
No,
But that's just
right,
technology.
right. But the reason I bring that up is that that's where I started to get interested by it because that defibrillation, now his was internal,
Yes.
saved his
Yep.
life more than once.
Yeah. That's an AID, automatic internal defibrillator.
Right.
Then that's what that is.
Right. But
works exactly the same way as what we do in the squad. It just does it on its own.
So that just restarts the heart.
I hate the word restart.
Okay.
Absolutely hate the word restart. When we defibrillate, whether it be me and my monitor, you with an AID, automatic internal defibrillator, or an AED, what you are doing is, and this is morbid, is you are stopping the heart from beating 100%. You are completely wiping the heart out.
Okay.
In hopes that your automaticity takes over in a regular heart rhythm.
So you're actually using what the body is naturally designed to do, but you're artificially making it do that.
Yes. You are stopping the heart from beating so that your automaticity takes over.
That is just exactly opposite of what I thought was happening.
That's why I hate the word reset.
Right.
I'm not resetting anything. I'm actually stopping the heart from beating so that it can start up again in a regular rhythm.
Well, I'm learning right here just from the science behind it.
That's another aha moment I get.
But I can but I see the point and it makes sense.
Yes.
But as I said, it's just kind of working opposite for that. How difficult is it to you? You said it's available to anybody.
So let's get back to that.
Yeah.
This is the biggest aha moment I get with all my students. All of them is. And when I tell them they're for anybody to use anywhere, anytime. Meaning, this is the example I use every class. The AEDs you see in front of Walmart, the AEDs you see in front of Target are not there for Walmart and they are not there for Target. They're there for you to use. I tell all my students, if you are somewhere, if you're a block away from a Walmart and somebody collapses, I'm going to hope to God that either you or you send somebody to Walmart to rip that off the wall, go back to your house and use it.
So it's not connected to the wall.
No, they are all, they're just sitting on the wall. You just rip them out of the cabinet, go do what you do. That was the entire concept behind public AEDs. And it just hasn't been talked about and people have forgotten about it.
That's kind of strange so obviously someone with enough power to get these things made and get them out there saw the need, but then that knowledge that you're talking about just kind of, we just forgot about that part.
Exactly. And it honestly makes me mad because that's how you're going to save a life is with that AED. Businesses, a lot of businesses, if you look at them, since I'm telling you this, you're going to notice it. On the outside, we'll have a heart sticker.
Yeah.
And it'll say AED on there. That's to let you know there's one in there if something bad happens. So that you can run into that business, grab it, and use it. That is the entire concept behind public AEDs. They're not there just for that business. Right.
So, but then at that point, so you've taken it off.
Yes.
Now you still have to know how to use it.
They are stupid to use. Stupid. You only need to know two things with an AED.
Okay.
And I'm not kidding you. Every instructor is going to tell you this. Two things. Turn it on and listen to it.
And it's going to...
That's it.
It's going to tell you what to do.
It will walk you through everything. Really? That is why they are public. Yep. That's why they're for... And AEDs are for anybody to use. You don't have to be trained to use an AED. It will train you. All you do is you turn it on, you listen to what it tells you to do, and it'll tell you everything to do. It'll tell you to put the pads on, tell you to plug it in if it needs plugged in. It'll just listen to it. It's that simple. Just listen to the machine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that aha moment that you're talking about that you get in your class, I just had it. I didn't know. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
But that's just obviously that takes just a few minutes to tell people.
Yes.
You're in there teaching a little longer.
Oh yeah, and I have more to teach you. I get it, but when I tell people that is almost every class, I get somebody that goes, I never knew that. Now, it irritates me that that's not common knowledge because AEDs are everywhere now.
Right.
And that should be common knowledge. But I'm doing my best to let people know that that's what they're there for.
You say they're everywhere, and now I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really notice them. And I think that it's because they're commonplace. It's the same way that I can tell you I don't really notice fire extinguishers, which is also
every
right in your wheel.
Foot per code. Every 75 foot there has to be a fire extinguisher.
Wow. Yeah. Never even thought of,
There doesn't have to be signs. There doesn't have to be stickers. The common knowledge is if I know that there's one every 75 foot, I know I will find one. is what it boils down to.
Again, more knowledge than I do. These are things that we should be teaching people, I think, a little more often.
That's why I do what I do.
All right, well, this information is going out on this show,
Yes,
so
this is
we're
great.
gonna catch a few people
This
that
is great.
brand new stuff that they can learn.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this before, Marty, when you've been in here, but who is your ideal company? And I'm not talking about like a name of a company, but just how many employees, how big do you want your class? What
Okay,
does
my
that look like?
ideal is anybody that has 2 legs that can walk.
That's it.
That is honest to God the truth. Anybody, I will train anybody because you don't know where, you don't know when, and it happens. I want to train everybody. Every person that walks on 2 legs, I want to teach them what to do when it happens. That's it. And I don't do this for the money. Let's start right there. I don't do this for the money. I do this because I want everybody to know what to do when it happens and hopefully save a life.
How has the response been when you're doing these classes and people leave? I mean, is it, and you finish up the class?
Yeah.
What are the responses you're getting back?
So we
from
get Google
people?
reviews.
Yeah.
We're 100% 5-star. 100%. And most of them say that I give them way more knowledge than they've ever gotten. I have had, and I hate to brag, that's who I am. But I will tell you right now, I am the best CPR instructor around here because I have had nurses, I have had people that have had CPR for 20 some years take my class, look me in the eye and say, Marty, that was the best CPR class I have ever taken.
I don't know what is going on in these classes, but here's what I do know because, my partner here at the studios on Willow, Kyle Ranney,
Yeah.
he has talked about it. He's been in your
He
class.
watched one of my classes and he thought it was amazing too.
And he's not easy to impress. So that's what I'm saying. You went to another mutual friend of ours, Travis Waldstein, and taught his group.
Taught Travis and his little crew.
Yeah.
Yep.
And another person difficult to impress, and he does not give accolades for no reason. So that's how I know because I've seen it. Now I haven't sat through your class yet. Eventually, I'm going to. I'm going to get it done. Yeah. But the overwhelming response and reviews that I see from people that I personally know that have been in your class is that this guy is really, really good. So what's going on in there? I got to find out.
I just give you so much extra information. I can give you, as Kyle said, Kyle's words were, you can take CPR from this woman who teaches a CPR class and teaches you everything that's in the class. Or you can take my class where I will teach you all of that and then a ton more information that I firmly believe you need to know. It's just a bunch of extra information. The AED thing? Nope. That is not in AHA's video and that is not in Red Cross's video at all. The best they say is find an AED that's near. That's the best they say.
But the why behind it,
they don't talk it about all. Then never once do they say, just so you know, all AEDs are for you to use anywhere, anytime. They don't say that. I do, because you need to know that. That's extra information that you have to know. Because if you don't know that, you're not going to use it.
Well, another big part of, anybody teaching is meeting people where they're at.
Yes.
Meaning that you walk in understanding that these folks don't have the information that you have, and also they don't have the background that you have.
Exactly.
So you need to speak a language.
Yes.
That resonates with
you. Feel the room.
Yeah.
Yep. And I do it. I'll say I'm good at it. I can tell. I can even tell people someone that's there. So there's 2 classes. There's the BLS class and the Heart Saver. The BLS class is for all of us that's in healthcare. We have to take the BLS version,
which is
it's basic life support.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. That's why I'm here.
For 30 years, I've spoken in acronyms. Sorry. So basic life support class, which is for healthcare, or Heart Saver, which is for everybody else. It's the same knowledge. You learn the same thing. It's just 2 types of classes.
Yeah, somebody who's had a lot of medical training is
like me,
like
30
you.
years.
Yes, you speak a different language.
Yes.
So when you say or somebody says BLS to you, you automatically know what it is.
Yep.
You don't automatically think like I do that it's a bacon and lettuce sandwich.
AED is the same thing. I need to say automatic external defibrillator, but it's hard because I've been saying AED for a long time.
Yeah.
So I just say AED and then have to, okay, hold on, let me explain. That's an automatic external defibrillator. You know what I mean?
Right. And well, and you've said it here a couple of times today, the E and the I versus external or internal. And the
Yes. Yep.
internal obviously is not something that anybody has any control over.
Nope. They're just on their own and they work. Picked up many a patients who had one, and we are usually there to pick them up because it's constantly firing when it shouldn't be firing. It happens.
Well, also, I don't remember the last time we talked if we mentioned this or not, but you say it all the time about, if you save one life, the whole thing was worth it.
Yes.
And or if you help someone else save one life, the
Yes.
whole thing was worth it.
Yes.
And that has happened.
Yes.
And it's happened directly with somebody that we know. And, we saw her face afterwards of, because she understood just how monumental that
Yeah.
was, that it's not just her life or the person's life that she saved. She has had a direct effect on family.
Yeah.
She's had a direct effect on the other people that were in the room. It just goes out
Yeah.
and out
Yeah.
of how life has been changed because somebody took a class.
Yeah, exactly. I've said it from day one. If I can teach one person to save one life, I've done my job, and I've done my job.
Yeah.
And
now reset. Let's go see if we can
let's
do
just do it again.
do it again.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
That's the point.
Yeah.
How far out do you go? How far out do you?
I will travel anywhere. We are currently, Muth Electric is huge, and we got a hold of Muth Electric HR, and when they're in South Dakota,
Okay.
and when they need CPR, they're going to call me, and we will travel.
So it's wherever
Pretty much wherever
you can do it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me to drive, as long as I can teach somebody how to save a life. Again, it's not just for the money; it's because I want you to know how to do something. That's why it's important to me.
Well, readyresponders130.com, is that the website?
Yes.
And what can they actually book through there? Do they still need to have
You can book through the class or just email us. I'm old school. I would send an email. That's just me.
We've actually reached the point now where email is old school.
I know.
I am so old.
Don't start. Don't start. How many people do you know of their inbox has 200 emails in it?
I would, when we're done here, I'll pull mine up, and yeah, I don't want to embarrass myself as just what's in there, but I get a lot of spam.
Oh, I lecture with my wife and I lecture with everybody. I treat every email as a text. I will always have 0 on my inbox. Always.
Well, if you got nothing to
0
do, you can
on my
start combing
inbox.
through mine, because there's so much spam that comes in.
Now,
just
I have
so
spent
much.
my time unsubscribing from a million other emails, but I got it to the point now where any email I get, I answer instantaneously because it's that important to me. I'm old school, and that's what email was for when it first came out, was instantaneous notification.
Right. Until all the spammers and the
Yeah, I know. They
scammers
ruined
found
it.
out. Yeah.
They ruined it. We get it. I totally get it.
ReadyResponders130.com. Get more
Yes.
information. Get Marty into your place of business or your
I
organization.
would love to come and just teach. I love to teach.
How much time typically do they set aside for that class?
Okay, so that's a good question. So just CPR, which, by the way, per AHA, you can be certified in either infant or child or adult. Not with us. When you call me, I'm teaching you everything. Emily and I find it dumb that you get to pick. We pretty much think it's a money grab.
Okay.
Per AHA. When you call me for CPR, you're going to learn all of it. I think it's dumb not to learn everything. So give me an hour. I taught 50 people, and it was an hour and a half.
Okay.
And that was 50 people for CPR. And that was the adult class. And then I just added the infant to it. But if you want me to give you CPR, which is infant, child, adult, and first aid, give me 3.5 hours for that one. The first aid's long, but it's just a plethora of knowledge. And I think it's good knowledge. I love to learn. I'd rather know it than wish I knew it, is how I look at it.
ReadyResponders130.com. Get a hold of Marty, and he'll be out there, and we'll just keep adding to that list of folks that have the knowledge to save a life.
That's
And
all I want to do.
and I
Yeah,
appreciate you so much for
you
coming
bet.
in and
You
talking
bet. No problem.
today.
I love the new
Yeah.
setup in your room. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, we're getting closer.
I know.
And it's,
I know.
Listen, I talked to Kyle about this yesterday, that I don't know that we're ever going to be done.
Nope, you aren't.
It will be a constant
Yes, it will be.
change, and
Yep.
adding and subtracting and making adjustments is just how this works.
You're going to love this table today, and then a year from now, you're going to go, you know what? There's a better one out there.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah.
All right.
I totally get it.
Appreciate you, sir.
You bet. Anytime.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Southwest Iowa, Blake Hunter is your trusted realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. You know, Blake really knows the local market, and he's dedicated to helping you find the perfect place to call home. So whether you're a first-time buyer, if you're upgrading, or you're ready to sell, Blake Hunter is here to guide you every step of the way. Visit his website, blakehunter.homes. Start hunting for your dream home with confidence. And the Jenny Edmondson Foundation believes healthcare goes beyond hospital walls, and through its Caring for Our Communities initiative, the foundation helps high-risk, low-income, and underserved individuals access resources that remove barriers to better health and long-term well-being. Each year, the foundation also brings the community together through Dance for the Beat, a signature event that raises critical funds for uninsured and underinsured heart patients. Those funds help provide treatment, medication, rehabilitation, and life-saving support. Learn more and get involved and support the mission at jehfoundation.org. Thank you again, Marty Moore, for all the great CPR information. Tons of fun talking to Marty every time he's here, and I'm looking forward to many more opportunities. We have an open house and ribbon cutting coming up this afternoon at 4, so make your way to Council Bluffs. We're at 500 Willow, and we would love to see you there. My name is Todd Studer. Have a great Thursday.